Hello everyone, happy Friday, I'm Kevin from TBH, and this week, what even is stories? But first, I've started a new job this week, and I'm absolutely shattered. So, I actually recorded today that would have went out the week this one, and probably didn't speak very much for benefit. Like, quite humorous, and it's going to be a little bit better now that I've a little bit extra time to settle in. So we're going to see how this goes. I'll see if I can last more than half an hour without giving up. So we're going to go into options first. Just see what there is. There's no difficulty options, so we'll just begin. It's new game.
Once upon a time, the infamous rover Reynardo plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. "Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows." She
Is that
rasped.
Sly Raccoon?
Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities.
He sent him to the gallows, didn't he?
People started whispering about mass graves in the woods.
Yeah, he's killing them all.
Midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens
He's
had
been
come
possessed.
to Mars scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Reynardo had promised his mother he'd protect him.
Whoa. That's a lot of story. Is there going to be another cutscene tell us the next story, Path of Destiny? Ho ho ho. 2 minutes in, no bad. And so far we've got a little introduction. Protecting some kid who thinks he's nuts, that's trying to protect a sacred text of some sort from being taken by a gang of birds that work for an empire. Yeah. This sounds like a very good game. Anyway, what's to judge. It's been a mixed bag, this series so far, and
The kid was looking down, watching his city burn. "Sorry, kid," Reynardo told the kid. "Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone." "My mother died for this book!" "I promised her I'd protect you." "Oh, damn it." The kid had run off. With
Pardon
the book,
me?
of course. So Reynardo had to run after him.
that's some crazy dialogue there and voice acting. Right, so it's a book, hack and slash, isometric, hack and slash. Hello, Diablo.
The two ravens were staring at the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. "Hey," Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. "Pick on someone as ugly as you." Wait, that didn't come out right. "For the Emperor!"
Forced humor.
Clawed and rushed at him.
I like the narrator. I always like narration in video games. Recommend Bastion. I'll actually play that at some point. Old square ticket. That was quite easy, but quite fun at the same time. Make no mistake.
A dropship flew overhead. He hoped they hadn't noticed him. The kid.
He's a fox running in broad daylight. He's gonna get noticed. Grab, aim, and throw. Let's try that. Yeah. I like this. very
Oh,
force
right.
push.
The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke, making the Skyship Docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate. Who let you through? Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels, or I'm gonna steal your ship. I'm not taking that damn book anywhere, and neither are you. Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword. And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid. He was an idiot, but he had guts.
What
Where
is
was
the,
Renato going to get a hero sword?
the narrator has some opinions there, eh? It's very. It's like, I don't want to open this chest yet because I know like it's gonna just like launch in loads of dialogue. So, gated community, what a terrible pun.
Ore and wind essence? That sounds about right. I'll need a... Perfect.
I don't, current level, not crafted yet, special power. Ah, this is like that magic sword.
A hero sword. QED.
It's very Skyrim noises. Check out Skyrim Life of Olaf on the channel. More episodes as it continues.
This is what he got for settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook and she'd laughed at Renato's jokes, even when he didn't know he'd made one. And the ravens had come to burn her. And she'd made him promise to protect the kid. But she never told him where the book was. Just the kid.
I was talking to a guy in my work today, and
He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter, giggling at him. How'd you get across? He asked the kid. Where'd you find a hook? I hopped, said the kid. Wise-ass kid. Hey, look out behind you! Cute, said Renato. Oh, ravens.
I don't like that. Like every voice is the same guy. That's kind of off-put. Oh, where was I? Oh yeah. So the guy.
It was time to talk some sense into the kid. Just hook his way across the ledge and chase the kid down. Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. He'd done it. Maybe if he meditated at that altar there, he'd remember his old skills.
Thanks for interrupting me once again. Guy at work used to run a YouTube channel himself, where he basically done, like he'd say like a video was going to be football highlights. Like, actually having a video would just be a stage. He was one of those guys, and he made £60 off of a single video, probably due to people for that, which is like quite a lot in the YouTube system. You can monetize videos as bad as that.
It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot, like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
So basically gain XP, level up, get new skips. That felt very nice. It's like almost Ratchet Clank's Wing Shot, but from a different angle. I like this.
And there was the Farfarer. She was the fastest ship he'd ever known. She could do the Kester run in 12 furlongs. So the
What's a
sailors
furlong?
told him, and something told him the kid was about to walk into an ambush. Stop! He shouted. I'm not giving you the book! Shouted the kid, and took off. No! Peter! The kid ran for it. And a
Oh
gauntlet
no!
nailed him with its ivy.
Oh, he's dead. Oh my god, he's dead. Oh, stay away from the I-beam. The newest product from Apple, the I-beam. Ho ho.
The book was unburned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes. A kid-sized pile of ashes.
That's what he gets for running away.
Why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really pissed off and betrayed, but alive. Oh, damn it. Renato picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man. Probably have to join the rebellion just to have a place to dock. Well, he'd hated home life anyway. What was the big deal about this book anyway? Maybe he should open it and find out. All that had been years ago. How many? The war was a blur, and now 3 Raven scout ships were chasing him. "Where are you running, rebel?" cawed the Raven captain over the loud hailer. Renato could see them cranking up their catapults. "Just going out for milk?" Renato yelled back. "Where can you run?" laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind him, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships. The fleet was doing a thorough job.
Take
us to the rebel base! I will spare your life! It cawed. The entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east. Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven. A sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time. Unless Renato could bring a game-changer.
His Raven voice was a bit like Admiral Akbar there.
Renato had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper. The legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other
Legendary
hand,
weapon.
his old friend Lapino had sent Renato a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Renato could only rescue him. Renato dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lapino or the Sky River.
Branching paths. Let's go for the Sky Ripper. That sounds like it's got the right idea. Wonder if they could do both. Cause that'd be pretty disappointing. I like
Every
choice
child knew
to
about the
matter.
Sky Ripper. The transcendent
What
Emperor
does the
had buried
fox
its pieces.
choose?
What could have brought them to light? This Emperor, Isengrim III, had once been kind, but he'd gone mad. And now he was conducting secret, obscene rituals to bring back the lost gods. Had he, somehow, summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon out of the deep places of the earth? It was more than Renato could fathom. But if he could find a legendary weapon, he would use it.
Next. Just kidding. More. Continue. So far so good. It's very solid, didn't see a single glitch. Very Diablo-esque, not much to it.
As he set foot in the island, Renato
If you like
could not
those
help
games,
but
then
feel
this is for you.
Guilt. He'd left Lapino behind. He hoped the Mad Rabbit had somehow escaped the Ravens. He hoped they hadn't eaten him. If they had, he hoped they hadn't eaten him alive. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Renato never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
That sounds very like forced into like, you know, trying to change his personality based on what I chose. But the gameplay makes up for what is rather cringy dialogue so far. So far, I just seem to be finding lots of chests. I like the art style. The art style is really good. And we're underground.
If I craft a sword now, it's going to be really short.
I can't tell if it's the narrator talking half the time or if it's Raynor. Raynor? Is that his name? I don't think that was right. I forgot his name already. Oh, there's the eyes that see.
Hey, how do you tell if someone's far away or just really small?
That's a question. True perspective. Activate. Never mind. Right, now both of them turn sneak and kill the last one, the end one. Oh. There we go, done that.
The people who had built this castle, did they even know what monstrous weapon lay hidden within their walls?
Of
The
course they
Sky
did.
Ripper could destroy anything it touched, or so the legend said.
It would
As the
have been.
Transcendent Emperor had fought the Lost Gods, thousands and thousands had died. But Bernardo had been through wars. The only merciful war was a short one. He wasn't that good. Yet.
They wouldn't have made. They wouldn't have made it this secure if they didn't know that the like fabled weapon. That's how you know sword's magic when it makes it disappear. It's the wrong sword. I think that one needs ice based on the colour. Just taking a guess.
A for effort, B for dead.
It's a bit like, you know that way in Batman Arkham where like the exclamation marks will tell you who's going to attack you next, or same Assassin's Creed done it as well. I think they did it originally, and then like, you had to counter them and then hit them back. It's kind of like that, except from you use the same button to counter as the button you use to attack. So if you're just pointing in the direction of somebody who's about to attack you, and you counter them, and then you can attack them immediately afterwards. So it's very, like, it's complicated if you're too used to the Arkham style, but it's really easy if you're not used to it. It's like you know, ideal for new players. So this definitely, it does feel like a bit like an introduction to this genre for newcomers. Could call this video "Welcome to Stories: The Path of Destinies." Nah, multiplayer games only for that series. I don't know if how many episodes that series will be aired by the viewing time. Hitting square there just teleported me from one enemy to the other. That's nice. Being able to move with such speed. Oh, it's a homing attack, that's why.
Boy, if looks could kill.
Oh, here it comes. Just wait for this last one. Let's not go in front of its thing, because like even if it's just for a split second, it still hurts you ridiculously. As you can see by 79 out of 100. So I can't tell if like I already had that lower health, or if that just happened from the eye beam. Copyright app.
Over here.
Nice. Keeping it going. Keeping it going. We're gonna go with that not being the way I wanted things to be. Like, yeah.
Firewalls only let you through if they think you're hot enough.
That was a firewall. That one must definitely be an ice wall then. Right, let's flip this switch. Okay, I like that. I like that. That looks like it. It's in this direction. Misdirection. Right. Oh, there's A chest. A chest. As opposed to B chest and C chest. How did I take damage? What did I do wrong? I don't know what that is. Must be a checkpoint. So how do you heal? There's something you can destroy and it heals you. It's not that. Altar. I think it's time to get some dash in the use. Yeah, dash seems to be all I can unlock it so far.
Starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot. Like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember. There it was. Skyripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Skyripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him.
She's gonna survive that anyway, so he's got no. But she's the daughter of the evil emperor now, or mind-controlled emperor, as my theory still remains. So maybe she's against Reynardo now as well, because Reynardo is part of the rebellion, like it said in the prior cutscene. So stick to the plan, stick to the objective. Reynardo is going after the core of the Skyripper. Seeing as like, it's the next bit he needs to get for it.
It was a no-brainer. He'd sacrificed his old friend Lapino to get the armature. And the armature was useless by itself, only a series of coils and wheels. War demanded sacrifices, and he would make more before the end. He would have to choose the greatest good no matter how much it cost him. Zenobia. Well, he would see her sooner or later, across a battlefield or a sword's point before all this was over. He was sure of that.
Exactly.
The power was in the core.
Opposite sides.
Obviously, he had to get the core.
Obviously, that's the key word there. The key word has to get the core. Go for the core. Save the day. I thought it turns out we made all the wrong decisions and everybody dies at the end, just like one of the possible endings for Mass Effect 2. Which is another game. Check it out.
He looked up at the old trees around him. They were so big and so old. They'd been there before he was born, and they'd be there after he'd passed into legend.
Oh, the amateur fortune.
Was he confronting his own unimportance?
What's the game I'm
What had
picking
got
up?
into him? He was no philosopher.
It's either Rhyme or
Anyway,
The
who
Witness.
cares? He
I
was
think it's
plenty
Witness.
important.
This game
Even a
reminds me of The
hero.
Witness from the art
And
style.
soon he'd prove it.
And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Get sky, rubber core, jump down. What's inside the magic well? What's inside the magic well? It's not the mother well, it's the magic well. So, we done an Alice in Wonderland and went down the rabbit hole, or well, if you will. I almost said mother well. It's not the mother well.
Bernardo checked for a false compartment.
I got some ore boy. Ore boy.
There was something sour in the air.
Yes, that green
Like
mist.
the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
A big fart. Aye. That's what he meant. That's what he meant. He meant a big fart. You could tell. You could just tell when it's things like that. Oh, we can dash. Yeah.
Shall we just agree to disagree? Said Bernardo. No?
A trophy. Show me your moves. That's a good trophy to have, I think.
There were fewer and fewer trees.
Level up
There were
again.
only these huge crystalline growths.
What does
Had
this?
those been here before?
Oh, what does this
He no longer
button
heard
do?
birds except for the feverish cawing of the ravens when they attacked. He couldn't smell the small animals of the forest, the mice and rabbits. Where had they gone? And he was getting hungry too. This was an unhealthy place to be. He'd missed his old skills. He welcomed them back like it was at a reunion.
Door disappears magically. I think Divinity Original Sin had that feature as well. I think it did. Ah, damn.
Bernardo had felt better.
35 combo. It's easy to build up combos provided there's enough enemies and you don't miss them when trying to swing. I missed a few times, but it's still within the time limit. I think like that's the same amount of hits to kill them anyway, because it's not like the third swing is
The 20-sided
stronger than
core
the
made
second
him
swing or
feel
whatever.
physically sick. Once he had sneaked into a temple of the dark arts, and he hadn't liked what he smelt and saw there. This felt like that. As quick as he could, he wrangled the icosahedron into the armature. The wheels began to spin, then glow. The sick feeling quickly spun away. Now he only felt sad. He had lost good friends for this war apparatus. He carried his prize back to the Farfarer. Now he had to make his next move.
We
There
don't
was a key
always
Imperial outpost on the Nexus. If this really
have
was
to do
some
what's
sort of
best,
super
not
weapon,
what you wanted.
he could use it to wreak havoc on the enemy. And if it wasn't, well, better to know that before the final battle. But maybe he should show it to some scientists first. There was an observatory on the Nexus. Maybe he should go there before he fired it.
Attack the outpost. He did say that you need scientists, so we will need to go for the scientists.
Well, of course. If you've just assembled a weapon out of legend that can exile gods from the world, you'd want to have a scientist or two look at it.
Just to make sure
And
you
even if they
didn't mess up.
disagreed and he had time, he could ask Calaveras himself. Yes, the observatory would be his objective.
I think an earlier cutscene said that only a scientist could understand. Today is the day to only be that scientist.
Why had the parts of the Sky River only surfaced now, thousands of years after the Transcendent Emperor had dismantled it? The mad Emperor Isengrim had performed terrible, bloodthirsty rituals to invoke the lost gods.
Yay, some health back.
Was that why these ancient artifacts were rising out of the ground? How perfect, then, that the Sky Ripper would reappear to be his destruction. Who needed bridges, anyway?
Most people that don't have one of those fancy gadgets, they need the bridges. Oh, you just step on it, it moves. Also very Ratchet and Clank like. Very Ratchet and Clank meets Diablo, definitely. That's how I'd describe it at least.
I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials, thought Fidado.
Oh, I wonder what I can make with all these sword crafting materials. Is it a sword, mate? Probably. One needs to be surprised. How do you make a sword again? Do you not need to go to like workbench type thing? Right, time to put the health up. No, I don't have any skill points. What am I doing? What am I doing? We've been this way before. Nope, we have not been this way before. I wonder what that actually does. Like the mystical weapon.
A legendary weapon was exactly what the rebellion needed. They were outnumbered. The once kind emperor had become a tyrant, but his ravens stayed loyal, for he fed them his victims, and the other animals were too frightened to rebel. Renato shuddered at what the emperor was trying to do. To bring back the lost gods, the Black Harvest, the Black Sun. No,
Black hole sun.
he would stop that
Won't
toad,
you
no matter what the
come?
risk.
Oh, okay, so I guess I do need to go across this way. But there's nowhere to go, so back. Something around. Wait. Okay, back this way. Find somewhere that we can go.
Renato's blood was up. He just needed to smash something.
Right, okay. I get it. Smashing thing is a video game trope. Yes, we're all hilarious here. Oh, okay. So I just had to stand on this and go up the way. Okay. Okay, that's plenty. Right. Up the stairs, up the stairs. Not down the stairs. Smash.
Bernardo felt a little better.
Smash. Yes. The 10 health definitely helped me feel better.
Bernardo's path was clear. Let the scientists ensure the Sky Ripper was safe to use, bring it to the rebel base, and then assault the Imperial fleet for the win.
For the win. Emphasis on for the win. Gems. It's a fire sword. What
This burning sword from the south was terrific for barbecuing sausages and ravens.
That sounds good. I'm happy with that. Can I press R? Is that? Wait, that's the fire sword. Oh, oh no, no, no. No, oh, wait, maybe I'm supposed to go this way.
Energy spheres. Easy to dodge, but boy, do they sting if you didn't pay attention.
Wow, that does a lot of damage. That does a lot of damage. 9 health left. This might be the time where I get game over. Oh no. Would I respawn? I have died. Restart from checkpoint, please. Give it another go. This is not the end. I was actually at the checkpoint. Oh no. Oh my god.
We'll always have Paris, he thought. And then he died.
And then he died. Shocking. Right. Oh, I was clear about 50 health. It feels like those ravens make some horse noises.
Renato hated warlocks. The way they stayed back and loved pain and death from a distance. Cowards. Really dangerous, effective cowards.
Oh, okay. Warlock thinking it's better than me. Lol. Okay. Onwards and upwards. And we're off.
Renato had always wanted a flying carpet. This was more like a flying tabletop. But it would do.
Good segue. Character development. Character development through the means of humour. Humorous narration. Hit or miss, but you know, it's doing its job.
Renato was thrilled. The scientists seemed to think he'd put the Sky Ripper together right. But one toad was worried.
Yeah, the Sky Ripper could tear a hole in existence itself.
That's the same voice actor again.
Strings that tie the universe together. If the Sky Ripper cut one, the hole would widen and widen until our whole existence fell into it.
Another toad sighed.
Irving still believes in string theory. At least go see Calaveras.
Yeah, said the worried Toad.
He knows more than anyone else has forgotten about the Transcendent Emperor.
If anyone could tell him how to use this weapon safely, it would be Calaveras. It was he who had told Renato how to find it in the first place. But maybe he had to give up on using it as a weapon. Maybe he had to go to the secret rebel base and ask the generals there what he could do with a weapon that he dared not use.
What? That's an easy decision. Why would you, go, oh, what can I do with this? Seriously, I'm not going to use it as a weapon, even though it's a weapon. Maybe I can use it as a paperweight. Keep it on my desk. No, you're gonna use it as a weapon, son. You're gonna find out how to use it as a weapon, and then you're gonna end this war and win it for everybody, and make the world a better place. That's what you're gonna do, son. Alright, son. Aye, that's good, son. Right.
Renato was about to leave when he was stopped by one of the scientist Toads.
There is something else you should know. There are rumors the Ravens are searching for an ancient artifact on a nearby desert island. There are legends of something called the Iblis Stone, a gem of great and evil power.
Evil power. It's just a bit like...
Yeah, sort of.
It's Kermit the Frog.
That way?
Said the Toad, pointing
And it's funny 'cause it's a toad.
west. The fleet was already there. There was nothing Renato could do about it. For the moment.
For the
Well, he
moment.
should have known
There's always
he
a
had
way
to
to
consult
solution everything.
Calaveras again. The scientists at the observatory were smart enough. But what did they know of the Transcendent Emperor? He hoped it wouldn't delay him too long. The rebels had scheduled the final battle soon. Every day they delayed risked the exposure of the secret base. And some soldiers were already drifting back to their homes and families. Calaveras would fix the Sky Ripper for him. And then he would win the final battle.
That's an exact science. It's an exact truth. He's gonna win the final battle.
Maybe it was the cold. But after a few steps, Renato's optimism started to slump. What if Calaveras couldn't help? Did Renato dare use the Sky Ripper? Oh, he hated that he had chosen this path. It was so much simpler to rescue friends and attack enemies. Even if some of those friends were more trouble than his enemies, some of those enemies had been friends before and might be lovers after. No, okay, it wasn't all that much simpler, no.
Or no, that's the
Physics
right
made his
path.
brain hurt. That, at least he was sure of.
We're using it as a weapon. Hopefully it'll turn out like Thanos and destroy 50% of the universe.
What else could you hook?
A fish. You could hook a fish. You could hook a boxer with your right hand. I keep thinking that's an enemy, but it's not. It's my weapon of destruction and doom. But I've still not found out how to use it. I bet you you can actually use that like by pressing triangle or something. The way triangle does that. Circle. It'll be a circle. It'll be a finishing move.
Imagine getting a horse up in one of these things. It would be cursing a blue streak.
The horse's shit blue? I don't think they do. Anyway, he said it, so it must be true. Blue streak means poo. I assume. It was implied or inferred. What's through this lucky door? Why, it's a thing.
How
Oh
do you
wait.
guys fix for life insurance?
Oh no. Quite a few trophies I've gotten. no. Oh no, I'm dying. Knuckles, help. Oh no. I keep thinking he's an enemy again. Oh wait, he's dead.
He tried to focus on the now. The ravens who seemed everywhere all the time. Where did they hatch from? Were there giant raven hatcheries somewhere, or did they have families? Ooh, he didn't want to think about raven mummies raising their darling raven chicks. Yeah, Calvaris would help. He would make Renato feel better about using the Sky Ripper. And then Renato wouldn't have to worry about ravens ever again.
Back in the medieval days, ravens were used to send messages. At least they were in Game of Thrones. The Game of Thrones is historically accurate, isn't it?
Calvaris really didn't want company, did he?
Spinny, 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 and we're there. Oh my god, you get a trophy for that. It's called Spin to Win. That's unusual. Yeah, if I just dash 100 times, it will give me a trophy saying dash 100 times. Yeah, okay, let's go across. Oh, that can't be destroyed. Give me some ice. Give me food, give me fire, give me that, that's what desire. Do. Yes, I can't do James Hetfield. That was like can't. I just forgot emphasis on T.
Most people still use doorknobs. Renato had been focusing all his energies on the Sky Ripper. If Calaveras could not fix it, he'd be out of options. He would have to assault the Imperial fleet empty-handed.
Very fast paced there. Here's the altar. Let's level up. Oh yes, let's level up. Oh yeah, boy. More health, more speed.
Calaveras had never let him down.
Yeah, of course I can make it work better.
But when Renato explained about the strings, Calaveras grew thoughtful.
Oh, strings, you say? Well, the Arcana do speak of the ties that bind the world.
He drew many intricate symbols in the dirt.
Yeah, so, according to my calculations, each time you fire, I'm afraid there's a 1 in 120 chance you'll destroy the universe.
That's quite a low
Pretty
chance.
good odds. That's like rolling, what, 21 dice and they all come up 6. What are the odds of that?
What? No! It's more like 2.716 in a row.
Anyway, with those odds, it won't happen if I use it just once.
Yeah, no, that's not right. Each time you use it... Okay, look, just don't use it ever.
All right, I guess. As he sailed away from the mountains, Renato could see clouds darken.
Subtitles didn't match the speech.
Rain,
Criticism.
ships,
Have to be
Imperial
impartial.
ships swarming thick as bees. This was it. The big battle. They could not afford to lose this one. What if it did not go well? What if he had to use the Sky Ripper? Could he gamble the universe? On the other hand, what were the odds of rolling 21 sixes in a row?
Very small. Very small odds. I wonder if 1 in 128 is actually 2.716s in a row.
The battle was not going spectacularly well. What had the rebels been thinking? They'd been thinking he would bring the Sky Ripper, or the Iblis Stone, or that he'd sideline Zenobia somehow, or turn her. Couldn't he use the Sky Ripper just once? After all, if chances were 1 in 128, that meant he'd for sure be okay the first time. They'd get worse each time he used it, but the first time would be okay, right? He wasn't sure that it was right. So he didn't fire the Sky Ripper. He just brought it along, in case.
In case. So, let's summarise. Diablo-like RPG crossed with Ratchet and Clank style of gameplay. Minus collectathon aspects replaced by RPG elements such as leveling up, skill collection, that type of stuff. The graphics beautiful, kind of like The Witness, which I played not so long ago on the series. And yeah, I'd say it's pretty damn good. Stories a little bit cringeworthy here and there, but like it's engaging enough. Like, you know, I've not I don't know if I never even checked if you could skip cutscenes, but that's how much I didn't want to skip the cutscenes. I wanted to find out what was happening. I wanted to make those choices. I wanted to find out what happens next. And if you, like me, want to find out what happens next with like the sky scraper destroyer thing, yeah, I have not been paying that much attention, but I've been taking the general gist of it. And but if they, you know, this secret super awesome special weapon can do the 1 in 128 chances and doesn't destroy the universe, then I guess you'll need to play the game for yourself and find out. It was free on PlayStation Plus, so you might actually already own this one in your collection. If not, it'll be often in sales on PSN. As always, like, share, subscribe, leave some comments, let me know what you thought of this game, and let me know of other games I can play similar or different or anything at all. Just leave it in a comment and I'll possibly do a video. It's highly likely I'll do a video because, you know, I enjoy doing this, been doing it for a while now, and will continue to do it for as long as I can at least. Thank you, take care, and I'll see you soon.